Hello again, and I know this looks a little weird and wonderful. These are my coasters, but for today's session, I want you to think about these being hooves. We've done this with overreach boots, or I've got little figurines, but we're trying to visualize the idea of your horse in its theoretical shape. So there's your rectangular four square horse. And then the reality that sometimes that means a horse has a hind leg that's a little harder to engage, or maybe as he's moving up the levels, you train that hind leg more under, and then you lose an opposite shoulder. Sometimes it's a little bit of both. So we're moving past the idea of your horse being theoretically square, or training him theoretically square, and really watching what is he in reality. So helping a horse that's a little bit asymmetrical, which is most of our horses. Once we've squared that idea away in our brains, we're going to move up from coasters to cups, because I want you to be able to imagine now the muscles between, I'm going to make these as square as I can, between the hooves. So we've trained a horse at a level. We've made him rectangular, we've made him, or square if you want to call it that, but he's equal. And we have to consider not just the feet in this equality, but actually what's happening in between. Because for lots of us, especially with the type of horse that we have now, which is our big moving, free moving, scopy, loose horses, there's a tendency to look at the feet, and we stop looking at the top line. We stop looking at the muscles that hold it all together, so we're not watching the back muscles. And the reality for lots of horses is that actually the muscles, the supporting muscles in between, end up in an effort to make them foot square, a little bit like that. So the back muscles and the core muscles are a little bit dippy in the middle, but we're really busy focusing on them being square and even and equal, and they are equal, but they're equal because the back is disengaged. Because we lost sight of somewhere in the beginning that our horse was maybe naturally a little like that. And when we made him square, when we made him even, equal behind, we did that and slackened out those muscles. Or we squared a shoulder and we made him slacken out the back muscles. So when you're imagining your horse, when you're riding your exercise, when you're riding a movement, you can initially go, where is he placing his feet? So is he on two tracks? Or if we were to go to a shoulder in, it's going to be a really wonky representation, but there's our three tracks. Is he still suspending the muscles in between, or to put him onto those tracks to make him equal, is he softening up the muscles in between? So are you getting a lack of suspension, or a lack of swing, or a lack of over the back, or a lack of throughness, lack of suppleness? And you can see that everything is bringing us back to the same place. So top line engagement, seeking contact, stretching, suppleness, looseness, they're all words for essentially the same thing. Have we made our horse symmetrical by making him equally brave on all four corners of his body, and then because of that equally brave over the back? Or have we made him equal and less confident in the back? And I think it's worth exploring for a moment, getting him equal over the back muscles. So getting these muscles long and open. So from the saddle forward, he's seeking the contact. And from here, there's enough tension from the hind legs that it pushes the back up when you engage the feet. And allowing the horse at times to be a little bit not foot square, to make sure that these muscles stay engaged. So you're not moving the horse in its entirety, which would just have him doing that, which is a very wooden, showy type of movement. What we're actually doing is shortening and lengthening, but keeping this elastic in the moment. So when you shorten, these muscles stay taut and lifting, and when he lengthens or re-lengthens, they stay taut and lifting. So he's always elastic in his body, he's always seeking the contact and pushing from behind. So imagine your coasters or your hooves, then imagine your teacups with your elastic strings in between.